How we doing, guys? And it's finished. Arsenal 3, Newcastle 2. And I think the only thing that we can speak about is Max Dowman. My word, what on earth have we found? What on earth have Hale End produced? We think that some of the other talent within Hale End is good. When you look at the likes of Bukayo Saka, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Nwaneri. But then we bring Max Dowman. And there's been talk about this lad for about a year or so, maybe even longer. I think when he was 13 years old, he was being integrated with the under-18s. But on this pre-season tour, people are starting to get their real first look at him as a player. And my word, what on earth is going on? 15 years old. Literally 15 in December. Like, it's insane the levels that this kid could get to. The way he plays, the way he demands the ball, the way he looks so much more mature than his actual age. It's so exciting. And I don't want to sit here and be one of these that goes overboard and thinks that he's going to be the next Lionel Messi and all the rest of it. But I tell you something. We have one hell of a player on our hands. He could genuinely be our Lamine Yamal. And that's where I will start with in terms of young talent and the footballers that you look around the world now. And Lamine Yamal is that young talent. He's that one that everybody looks at and says, wow. Honestly, Max Dowman. He could be that level and more. It's ridiculous what he's doing at his age. And I know it's pre-season. And I know you don't want to get over carried away and everything else. But it's hard not to. Today's game against Newcastle, when he came on, we're playing a Premier League team. We're playing a team that like to kick you. That like to use physicality in their game. He comes onto the pitch and one of the first things that Joe Linton's does is whacks him straight in the face. Welcome to men's football. And it's like, wow, here we go. Doesn't faze him at all. Doesn't curl up and go into the corner and gets a little bit scared and a bit like, oh, I'm not really sure about this. Demands the ball more. Wants it more. Wants to get at them. Wants to do things. Nearly scores a couple of goals. And then he goes and wins us the penalty. Leaves Joe Linton chasing shadows. Unbelievable. His acceleration from a standing position is just insane. The way he dribbles with the ball, moves with the ball, the way he glides past players. And players probably already know what he's going to do. You know, such has been the talk around this lad that it's not like nobody knows who he is. So players will know how he's going to play, the things he's going to do. But he's so good and so quick at what he does, you can't deal with it. It's absolutely mental. And I know there's all this talk about the fact that he's 15 and, you know, you don't want to rush him too soon. And he has to be involved throughout this season within the first team and getting minutes. I think if you're looking at starting games, Carabao Cup matches, etc., would he be on the bench in some Premier League games? Yes, 100%. You imagine you've got some Premier League games where it might be comfortable. You're 2, 3, 4-0 ahead or whatever it might be. 20 minutes on you go at the Emirates. Electric. And he also looks like a player that can unlock doors. Low blocks. So there could be the opportunities where 20 minutes to go, it's 0-0 at the Emirates. You're facing a team that are sitting with everybody behind the ball, a low block. And it's like, go out there and do something. Go out there and open things up. That's his capabilities. His ceiling, the level he could go to, there ain't a ceiling. The sky's the limit. It's ridiculous. I'm smiling when I think about it because I'm like, wow, 15 years old. But yes, we do have to manage him carefully. We do have to manage him correctly because at that age, he's still a kid. He's still growing. He's still developing. He's still learning. He's not even a man yet. You know, I've got a son that's 14 years old. He's 15 at the end of this year. And I know how quickly they grow and develop. And, you know, I could say goodnight to my son one night and he wakes up the next morning and all of a sudden he's taller than me. It's like their development's mad at that age. I'm not exaggerating. And it's just insane. Insane. Wow. If you're an Arsenal fan, be excited because he is one hell of a talent. And when you look on social media and you see what people are saying from other clubs as well, other fans are just saying, wow, what on earth have they produced there? You can't criticize him. People are not criticizing him. You have to hold your hands up, and say, what on earth is that? Like, it's ridiculous. But listen, yeah, mad, absolutely mad. But in terms of the game, let me speak about the game. I've spent the last 5-6 minutes talking about how good Max Dowman is. But slow start. Alanga scores for Newcastle. Fortuitous in the fact that he kicked it off his standing foot and it deceived Raya and went in the opposite way, hit the post, went in. And then we kind of took control a bit, lots of possession, but never really had that cutting edge. Havertz had a decent chance with a header that went over, but then we kind of stepped it up a little bit after the drinks break. 2 goals in a couple of minutes. The own goal by Alex Murphy from Newcastle. If you're going to sell Alexander Isak, then you may as well put him up front because what a finish that was. My word, what a finish. And then second half is one of those, there's lots of changes and everything else. And then Jacob Murphy scores. I think the goalkeeping from Raya was a bit questionable with that one. I feel in the Premier League game, he probably saves it. And then it was the moment of Max Dowman where he gets the penalty and Odegaard scores, which is good for Odegaard as well to score a penalty. He missed, one against AC Milan. You go back to last season when it was he missed the penalty as well. And it's just kind of one of those where it's like, right, get one more back, in the net and get yourself going again. And that's always the case after you may have missed the penalty. But I felt that a lot of the game was a bit like last season in many respects. It had that kind of feel where we was in control, we had lots of possession, we had some chances, and then we'd concede. And they were silly goals, sloppy goals, and it had that kind of feel to it. And I kind of look at it and I think, yeah, we need our, new attacking signings to be involved with the likes of Madueke and Gyökeres and whether we're going to be getting Eze in. And then you bring on Max Dowman and it is basically like a new signing, ain't it? But he comes on and he just shows up everybody else and he does more in 20 minutes than Martinelli does. Like, it's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But we got the win at the end of the day. It's a good run out. And like I said, Newcastle are a very physical side. They don't change even in, friendlies. They will kick you and smack you and, leave their mark, should we say. And yeah, that just won't ever change. And we always seem to have a bit of a problem against Newcastle. So at the end of the day, it's about minutes in the legs. It's about, continuing to prepare for the new season. Want to know what's happened to Calafiori because he went off injured. Was playing really well up until that point, and it looked so innocuous. And to be fair, the way he walked off, it looked more like precautionary. It ain't worth risking anything, staying on. But he went straight down the tunnel. But again, it's a bit of a concern because of last season and all the injuries and everything else. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to find out what's actually wrong with him. But overall, it's a good run out. Players got minutes. And yeah, Max Dowman introduces himself to the world even more if he hasn't already. So, very simple. And now we move on and we're going to Hong Kong. And just a small matter of the North London derby. First ever North London derby outside of England. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, listen, at the end of the day, I don't want to lose to Tottenham ever. Full stop. So this is no different. No different at all. So yeah, we'll get on to that one. And then we get to come back to England. And it's a couple of games in the Emirates Cup. I'm looking forward to those games. So yeah, listen, there we go. That is it. It's a win. Minutes in the legs. And Max Dowman, what a player. 15 years old. Unbelievable. So yeah, listen, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot very soon. I'm out of here.